to say I'm so blessed to be here and honored. I appreciate the invitation with Yucca Valley Center of Healing, Spiritual Healing. And I have an interesting story about what I do. And it's, I got started in this, like I said, about 22 years ago. I had my own issues and my own programming, if you will, in my childhood. And it interrupted my growth, you could say. So I was in search of something to help me get through the PTSD of abuse in my childhood. And so I found this through a spiritual meeting, and I went and I got trained, and I thought, wow, this is the best thing ever. If it can work for me, it can work for everybody. And so I was able to go and recover. Okay? And so I decided this was my passion, not a job, it was a passion, that I needed to take it out into the world and help other people. And so I did, and I had a Dr. Johnson in Palm Desert come through one of my workshops. I did workshops at the Hyatt in Palm Springs for a couple of years, and he had a sleep apnea problem, and he couldn't sleep much. And so he said, is there anything you can do with this process? And I said, well, let's see. We'll do some kinesiology, which is muscle testing, to find out what's in the subconscious mind that's creating this. And so we were able to go in and balance that out. And he came back the next day and he said, oh gosh, I slept 7 hours, best night's sleep ever. Would you be interested in coming into my office and working with my clients? And I said, you bet, sign me up. And I've been there ever since. And I've been at We Care, like I said, about 17 years now. But what the process is it's working with the subconscious mind. There's a difference between the conscious and the subconscious. The conscious is working at 40 bits of information per second. It's a very slow computer. It has our hopes, desires, and so forth there. And the subconscious, on the other hand, is working at 40 million bits of information per second. That's a locomotive, okay? That's the world's largest computer out there. And it's processing anywhere from 60 to 80,000 thoughts in one day. That's a lot of thinking. And Dr. Bruce Lifton is one of my colleagues, as well as he's one of my clients and has endorsed me, talks about this and how our belief system is everything. Okay, we function entirely from our belief system. And so we can use kinesiology. Anybody heard about kinesiology? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Kinesiology is a science of muscle testing. The body doesn't lie. We can go in and use kinesiology to communicate with the subconscious because it doesn't have words to speak. It's in the body, it feels everything. And so we can use that as a tool to communicate and find out exactly what's in the belief system, okay? The subconscious runs the show, by the way. Heart rate, digestion, elimination, blood flow, breathing. You don't have to think about digesting whatever breakfast you did have, right? It's automatic. And the subconscious is housing our belief system. And so we can go in and find out what's in the computer, just like a regular computer, and find out how we can change that, okay, and put in empowering thoughts, okay, and programming for the subconscious to grab onto it, and now it believes that it is good enough, or maybe it's has some issues around self-worth or relationships, whatever it is. We can go in and change the belief system on a cellular level that imprints into the DNA strands and into the cells of the body. It's a permanent process. kind of like with your computer. You can go in and get rid of the viruses on the computer and put in new software, and it starts working better. Same thing here. So we can go in and do that, and it's an amazing process. I'm sure you've heard about Louise Hay. She was one of my clients as well, Hay House Publishing. She was amazing. She had self-abuse in her childhood as well, and we were able to use this process to help her recover in some of the things that she went through in her abuse. And luckily, I was blessed to be endorsed by her as well. We can use this process with everything, because everything is energy, all right? Everything is frequency and vibration, and we can use it, with pets. I've had Arabian horses that I've worked with to help them perform at their highest peak. Houses that don't sell. It's all just energy, going in and clearing the energy, raising the vibratory rate to incorporate a higher frequency of functioning. And so it's quite a tool to use. What we do is we open up what's called the corpus callosum. Anybody ever heard about that? Okay, so corpus callosum is the neural net pathway that communicates information back and forth through the hemispheres. We have two hemispheres that we function from, and we have a brain dominance theory that we process in one hemisphere more than the other. I happen to be a little bit more of a left brainer, so I relax and have more fun and incorporate the right brain and don't have to crack the whip all the time or be perfect, right? Can have fun with life. And so it's a good balance. And so we incorporate left and right hemispheres working jointly together, downloads the new information, and like you say, makes that imprint on the cells of the body into the DNA strands. And then the subconscious is like, wow, okay, I am good enough, or, oh, I can make that money, or I can do this, or whatever it is. And it is very interesting. Louder. Thank you. And so with opening up the corpus callosum between the left and right hemisphere, it creates a whole brain scenario, and it brings down the brainwave activity. Anybody know about brainwave activity? Okay. And so it brings the brainwave activity down to an alpha state instead of beta. There's 3 different states of beta waves that we function at. So when we're overthinking at times, we can get into doubts and fears and overwhelming feelings there. And so bringing down the brainwave activity, the subconscious is very receptive to the new programming. And so we do post-testing, pre-testing and post-testing with the kinesiology to verify that the subconscious has received the new programming. It's an interesting process, and it changes people's lives. I have clients around the globe that I work with. You don't have to be here physically to have a session. We can do it right over Skype, over FaceTime, Zoom, whatever it is, where I go into surrogation for the client as long as it's safe and appropriate in my best interest in muscle testing, and finding out if it's safe and appropriate for them to allow me to be their surrogate. And in order to do that, I need to be pure in my thought, in my actions, without any attachments to the outcome. It's not about fixing anyone, because nobody's broken. It's about going in and moving the photons of light held in an electromagnetic field to create a different outcome moving forward, and empower them to be the best they can be. And it works automatically and very raising the vibratory rate so that they feel better. You know that there's only two main emotions. Anybody have an idea to what that is? Love and fear. Love is all of the good things, peace, harmony, joy, and fear is the doubts. The anger is a fear, jealousy, rage is a fear, worry is a fear. And so we're dedicating our time, our life energy towards things that we kind of waste our time on. And that comes in often throughout a day. We're going up and down throughout the day. And so I do my best to bring up the vibration and shine the light, right? Shine the light and put it out there into humanity, because it's a broadcast. And we want to broadcast the best that we can be in our moments and help each other. Has anybody ever heard of this process? A few people, yeah. It's not real known, but it's getting out there more and more. And Dr. Bruce Lipton, a cellular biologist, has written many books about this, and he is the science behind what I do. And it's just changed my life and changed the people that I work with as well around the world. So I'm totally blessed in what I do and sharing. I'll be around after to answer any questions or talk to you more about this process. And it's all based in science. I don't make this up. And it's a phenomenal process. As well as in this, I also incorporate the emotion code, body code, total biology. I'm also a Reiki master, and incorporate the different modalities that are divinely guided through a session. And so it's always different with people and how they receive, and they notice a difference in how they move forward in their life and raising their vibratory rate. I could go on, but I know I only have about 15, 20 minutes here.
You have 8 more minutes.
I have...
No, you have 8 more minutes.
Oh, 8
yes.
more minutes, okay.
Yes.
8 more minutes, okay.
That's a long time.
Okay. So I was invited to Sweden, Denmark, Italy to talk about this through a person that I met at We Care Spa that was an author and a very prominent person in Sweden. And I got brave, you know. I faced my own fear and I asked if it was safe and appropriate for me to ask her if it's possibly if she might be interested in taking this to her country. And so I did my balancing on that one by sure. I needed to face that fear, so I did, and I was able to ask, and she said, sure, I'll sponsor you. And I was, just blessed with that. I went to Sweden, and then they invited me to Denmark to speak about this and do demonstrations and so forth, and was there for about a month and helping other people there in a different country to step up to the plate and change their own belief system. And you'd be surprised what's in that subconscious mind. Programming from early on, from conception until age 6, 7, we're just like sponges, okay? We just take in all of that information and it's set. There's no filters in place. It says, oh, I don't believe that to be true. And so it just goes in, and the subconscious is a recorder. It just records everything that you've been introduced to and creates a perception in regards to it, of how it feels and how it adapts to their life. And so, gosh, it's amazing process, and I just can't talk enough about it. It's like I said, it's not a job. It's my passion to go out and just assist and help people in their recovery. And we can go in and find out all sorts of different information that's stored in your belief system and go in and change it. And within about 24 to 72 hours, you're going to feel different right away, but it's going to print out in a different way. The main core issue for all of us is being good enough. Okay, I could probably test the majority of the people here. It's a core issue of being good enough, and you'd be surprised that you may think you are good enough in the conscious mind, but the subconscious mind is running the show. Okay, so if it has a issue about being good enough or insecure or whatever it is, we can go in and reprogram it to bring you up to speed to be the best you can be, and find out what your purpose is, and it will just be dynamic. It raises the vibratory rate and plugs you back into who you really are, and finding out a lot about yourself that you never knew was there. And so that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Yeah. Can we do a demonstration?
Would you like to be my demonstration?
I could, I guess. Sure. Okay.
Have you ever done muscle testing? No. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn this way here. Okay. All right. You right-handed?
Yes.
Okay. All right. We're going to put the arm out straight out like this. Have your eyes focused down. Keeps you in the body. Okay. I want her in the body when I'm speaking to the body. Okay. All right. And thank you. So we want her in the body, okay? When we're speaking to the body, there's a science to where you position your eyes. And so when she has her eyes focused down, she's in the body. When she has her eyes straight ahead, she's in her auditory. When her eyes are up, she's in her visual world. Okay, so I'm going to push down. When I see be strong, just be strong, okay? Go ahead and say your name.
Karin.
And be strong, okay? Nice and strong, that's a truth, okay? Go ahead and say, my name is Ralph.
My name is Ralph.
And be strong. Oh, guess not. No Ralph here, right? That's a good thing, okay? All right, I'll show you your thoughts create your reality and have frequency. Think about the word guilt. And be strong. She loses power, okay? All right, now think about the word love. And be strong. Feel the difference? Okay. The body responds instead of reacts. All right. Now think about the word no. And be strong. Think about the word yes. And be strong. Feel the difference?
Yes.
Okay. Now go ahead and say, I am good enough.
I am good enough.
And be strong. Oops. Okay. On a conscious level, go ahead and put your arm down. Okay. On a conscious level, she has that. On a subconscious level, you could feel it when you said it.
Yes.
It was like,
Yes.
can't be strong enough there, right?
Yes.
So on a subconscious level, that programming is not there. So what I would do is put her in one of the balances and find out exactly what type of balance it would be by doing discovery questions with you, and then finding out what position to open up the corpus callosum between the left and right hemisphere to download the new information. And then she would go through a processing, okay, and then we would post-test and find out, okay, if she really owns that statement on subconscious level, okay, yeah. So it is a process, okay, and that was a great demonstration, thank you, all right, okay, you're welcome.
Are we good? Oh, okay. Thank you. That's right.
Oops. Any other questions or anything?
Thank you so much.
Thank you. God bless. I appreciate the time. Thank you.